one of the main reasons why I joined ProcuraFind in the first place was because entering into this space of trying to get contracts with whether it's municipal or government contracts or even just contracts with enterprises and corporate clients, being able to bring the corporate partners into the COP, it's just, first of all, I'm not trying to email people and find out, hey, do you know someone who works at PNC Bank? Because I'm trying to find, they're going to show up there, and everyone that's in our COP can then make an introduction.
Just being a part of ProcuraFind, I've been able to work with several of our members for helping build their businesses. Thanks to someone named Dr. Nicole McElwain, who said, you need to go and make this a one-to-many format. Everyone that I have brought alongside to help me supporting this has been a member of ProcuraFind for the most part.
Welcome to Talks on Demand, hosted by Dr. Nicole McElwain.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Talks on Demand with Dr. Nicole. And my special guest today, I have Terry Wada, the Business Professional Services COP co-chair, and Taja M. Graham, the other Business Professional Services co-chair. How are you doing today, ladies?
Wonderful. Glad to be here.
And where are you joining us from today? The great state of?
Well, I'm in Indiana.
Right.
And I am in North Carolina.
And they are both great states, yes.
Yes, absolutely. They are both great states.
Y'all already see how this is going. Grab your wine because this is about to be a whole episode here. So listen, before I jump in, I just want to state what ProcuraFind is. ProcuraFind is a supplier sourcing and development company with an online community that connects small businesses to corporate contracts faster. And the key word here, ladies, is community. And while people know that we have a community base, we've also created communities of practice. In your own words, Terry Wada, what is a community of practice for those in the back who don't know what that word means?
Oh, well, first of all, it's a community, right? That is the key word.
The key word.
Yes. And I think from my opinion, it's where we come together to talk about how we can, in our community, help support each other, learn together, and grow our businesses together.
That's right. Terry's absolutely right. And I put her on the spot and I love doing that. Everyone will tell you I do that with all the members. But really, our communities of practice are a way to keep our industry experts together by the same vertical of interest, right? And I love this, Taja, that we do this because when we first started, we didn't have communities of practice or what we call COPs, but we would introduce it about 6 months in to starting ProcuraFind. And how would you say that having these 5 communities of practice, and you all, by the way, are the Business Professional COP. Let's get that straight. One of the best COPs, right?
I think the largest, if I'm not mistaken. I heard that recently expressed.
You are, recently expressed. Did you hear? So Taja's right, but Taja, how do you feel that being an online community that has these unique verticals of COPs changes the game? Let's start there. Like, how do you feel like it's a game changer for small businesses?
Absolutely. I think because we can come together in real time to have some very strategic conversations around how, as in this space of vertical, how we can express to the market in the procurement ecosystem. And, all of us have different ways that we would approach that. But in the business professional services industry vertical, this is, a frequently moving dynamic when it comes to procurement. So, and also, all of us have different alignments of business in this area of vertical. So, Terry at one point was over our emerging technologies COP. And so bringing them in, the nuance of what it is they do and aligning it into what is the business professional services just shows you how we have to always be evolving and rethinking the ecosystem.
I love that so much. Taja and Terry, one of the things when we created the concept of the COP, I really remember taking a page from the big consulting firms. So big consulting firms, they have centers of excellence or communities of practice, and it's a great way to compile all of that talent, right? Who has same industry talent that can be public facing to help solve real world problems. And I remember wanting to emulate that in my my own company. And so I'm so grateful we've been able to do that. Let me ask you all a question. I know the answer, but I'm sure people are wondering who can join your COP. So when you think about like business professional services, give me a flavor of like, who do you have in your COP? Are there accountants, HR? Tell me more about who are the players in this COP? What does that look like?
Oh, well, we have a whole range of different business professional services from the emerging technology space. So we do data and research, and we also have other folks who are in managed services in the IT space. Thinking through I think we even have someone who's coming from robotics
Yeah, yeah, we
and
do.
how, right?
Yeah.
A lot in just thinking about business professional services from a technology standpoint and all of the range of services there. And I know we also have a lot of consultants and coaches, as well as I know there are some tax professionals because
Yeah.
I've heard them and they've given their advice, as well as folks like Taja, who are, amazing high level strategists and consultants who are consulting for, small to medium sized businesses.
And that's a good point. You raise a good point, Terry, because one of the things I want this audience to know for sure is that these ladies here are not just our valuable leaders of our business professional COP. They're not just the co-chairs. You all are business owners first. So you bring a unique perspective to your community of practice. Taja, could you go first and tell us what business you're in, what problem you solve, and how you bring that perspective to your COP? And then Terry, I'm going to ask you the same question. Taja?
Yeah, so in current form, I am a business consultant that comes and works alongside of CEOs to really helping them scale their business in the business optimization arena. So I'm either going to help in their operations side and making certain that they have the right systems and processes set up, or I'm going to help on their revenue side, and that's in building go-to-market strategies, making sure they have the right talent in the right seats. And so and I do that agnostically across multiple different industries. So that keeps me very busy and making certain that I stay abreast of all things happening in various industries at any given time. And the business continues to evolve and grow, which I'm grateful for ProcuraFind playing a role in that. And I'm sure we'll talk about that maybe here in a moment, but that it's really exciting that as I'm being a part of this community of practice, I'm absolutely able to benefit from it and grow my business dynamic alongside.
I love that. And we're going to talk. Let's definitely come back to that because you said something. I definitely want to hear. I want Terry to share what she does as well. But let's come back to how you both have been able to use this platform, ProcuraFind, to not only tap into resources, build new relationships, hopefully get some business from this, learn some things. So we're going to talk about all the things. You bring up a good point. But Terry, tell the world what it is you do, what is your company, and how you bring a unique perspective to your business professional services COP because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Yeah.
My company is called Collabo XD, and we focus on two things essentially. One is helping businesses, small to medium sized businesses, look at their operations. So we do some operations consulting, not the leading side from the strategy like Tasha does. We actually work one level below Tasha, where the strategy is set and how do you execute, right? So we do operations consulting and looking at what does someone's operations look like. And the other piece that we look at is how do you leverage AI and agentive AI into those operations. And so we do research to understand what operations look like, what workflows and process looks like. A lot of that is qualitative research, looking at the people who are running these operations. How do they run them? What are their stories? As well as looking at the customer or the client side of your operations, because that's why you have operations, is to deliver some kind of service and experience. So we do that qualitative research. And the other side is now with agentive AI, how do you bring humans and agents together in a space to create these hybrid workflows that are still people first, right?
Yeah.
Making sure that we're always people first.
I love that. And it sounds like you're bringing that fresh, new, trendy perspective to your business professional services COP, which I love. You said earlier that you all are really a mashup of HR folks, tech folks, consulting folks, accounting folks, robotics folks. And surely in all of that, you get magic happens when you all get together, right? Magical things can happen. And I can only imagine just being a fly on the wall. Not that I'm not invited, but I try to let them do their own thing so I'm not influencing anything. Friends, I hope you are enjoying this awesome video. Listen, I cut in to let you know that today's video is being sponsored by Be the Contract Winning Supplier by yours truly, Dr. Dawn Nicole, where myself and my team give you the blueprint from beginning to winning on how you can secure the bag. If you are a small business ready to play it big in the contracting world, you want to really understand the lingo, you want to understand the players, the game, and where you fit in it. Whether you want to contract at the corporate level, the local level, right there where you live, the state level, any state, or the federal level, we've got your blueprint. We're going to teach you how to position yourself. We're going to teach you how to structure your packaging, structure your offer in a way that is compelling to corporations, you all. This is arguably called the blueprint of contracting. It lays everything out step by step. You want to get in front of 5 companies every 60 days and work those companies, right? Understand what to research, how to take it from their supplier registration portal to LinkedIn to closing the deal. We've got the book. Scan the code right now on the screen. Click the link. We can't wait to see you on the other side. Get back to your video. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the sense of community that the community of practice brings. And the reason I want to talk about this is because more than anything, Taja and Terry, when we created the COPs, we were trying to be intentional. And what I mean by intentional is creating a sustainable supplier pipeline. And by sustainable, I mean something that can feed itself to grow in scale. If you build it right, it'll continue to feed. And what I believe it looks like is that when you all become wildly successful, which I know you will, and you get those first big contracts, you will reach back in your COP and say, okay, who do I already know, like, and trust because we're in this community together? Let me pull them up. And then as you all are starting to do good work together, right, you start to make more impact and you go back. And so it kind of feeds itself. But talk to me more about the community benefit. What has actually happened for you? Terry, I'll start with you. What has already happened for you or through you because of your ProcuraFind connection or because of your COP affiliation?
Oh yeah. I mean, one amazing example. Actually, there's a couple. There's 2.
Yeah. Oh my, do tell.
And it's both with Taja. So
We love Taja.
So, Tasha and I, when we were coming together as co-chairs, we had a lot of conversations, talked about what we both do, and found some alignment around a client that she was serving that could use some of the AI integration that we were working on. And we essentially have had the same client for a few months. I think she had wrapped up her services, and I know that what she had created on the sales side from the sales strategy and understanding the people for this client, we've taken a lot of that. So I don't know if they told you, Taja, but they shared your documentation with us, and we then executed that and built some sales support agents to pretty much follow exactly what you had laid out. And so that's been amazing to follow up from where Taja had kind of left off and see what she's created. It gave me an amazing view of the kind of work that Taja does.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, because I teach, there was an opportunity for us to bring Taja's new ventures into the classroom as projects that we can then help her move forward with building out these digital products.
Y'all know I love everything about this, right? I'm trying to just let you talk and not be so theatrical over here, but I love it. And then Terry, wasn't there a connection with Sunny Lou at some point? That happened too, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So not through the community of practice, just through ProcuraFind. That was just using the platform, doing the warm introduction, just using what the platform had set out for us. So yeah.
I love it. I love everything about it. Okay, Taja, I already know there has been a plethora of things that have happened for you, but things that you've done for other people. But I'm not going to steal your thunder, honey. Do tell about some of the connections in the community aspect.
Oh my. Well, it started even before the community of practice. Just being a part of ProcuraFind, I've been able to work with several of our members for helping build their businesses. Kira Emery from Emery Solutions was definitely probably one of the first that I was able to engage with in helping her in transitioning her business. But I am so excited for what is next with TMG Solutions Advisors as we sunset this consultancy and really take it into a bigger platform. Thanks to someone named Dr. Nicole who said, you need to go and make this a one-to-many format. And I recognized early on, in order to do that successfully, I had to have a team, a board that sat with me and helped to make certain of that. And so everyone that I have brought alongside to help me supporting this has been a member of ProcuraFind for the most part. So from the very beginning, starting with legal counsel being Kayla Hill, who's a member and also a member of our COP, all the way to,
And she's a new resource partner, by the way, thanks to you too.
I've heard. I talked to her just this morning. She was telling me about it. So, and that's important to me to have those foundational pieces, but then leveling up, because innovation has to be at the top of our new venture, which is Ops IQ. Talking with Terry and knowing what her and her team do already, I was like, hey, I got to have you at the table. There's some things I want to get done. And then she was like, but we can even help you even in a bigger way with actually doing this research and empowering these students to come and play a part. And so I'm just grateful to have a partnership with Terry, the way that we have done it. Even when you were like, hey, we're going to bring this emerging technologies team into, or COP into the market. And I was like, well, what happens with Terry? Because I need her to be the co-host. Like immediately I knew that, that had to be the way it goes, because I just value her expertise and her leadership so much.
That was such a good idea, because you said something key that I think matters here: leadership. Terry and Kate, Taja, you already know you're a phenomenal leader, but Terry, you bring such a level of leadership. One thing I respect and I admire completely about you is, even when you were in the other COP, you were doing your best. You were doing your best to show up. Sometimes there would be 2 or 3 people and Terry would still show up ready. Terry was like, you couldn't tell. It was like, even at 300 people, she would be ready even when there were 2 people, right? And I never forgot that about you. You are an absolute professional. You are someone I could vouch for, put my name behind. And that's what I want. I want world-class suppliers here at ProcuraFind and world-class leaders. And my goodness, we've got them. So I want to talk about the future of COP. I know you're like, I want to talk about the future real fast of COPs. Directionally, and Taja and Terry, you may or may not know this, but directionally, our new strategy, one of the things y'all know we guarantee is connections in the first 90 days. We don't guarantee contracts, because a lot of people mistake. We guarantee connections. And one of the ways we're doing that is using our COPs as the pass-through, as the first door in. And what the future, the very near future, is going to look like is we're starting to invite corporate partners and making that their first milestone, come to a COP where everyone wins, right? They get some face time with the small business supplier community that they want to serve and support, and you all get direct access to contract opportunities. And so we've been looking for the right corporate partner to come and present to your COP. And I'm so proud to say, in next month, I don't want to date ourselves, but next month, we have PNC Bank, who cannot wait to talk to your COP, because Terry and Taja, what they told me behind closed doors is they can't find business professionals fast enough that are equipped, credible, and ready. And I said, oh my God, we've got a whole business professional COP waiting for you. So we're going to see what happens next month. But can you all talk about the power and to me, the instant ROI? For me, the membership piece alone that's worth it is that I become a member and then I instantly go to a COP night, and within the 30-day period or 60 days, I can interface right then and there. Y'all are bringing them to my living room. I don't have to leave my house. It's digital. Can you talk about the power of these corporate connections coming through your COP and how powerful that's going to be for y'all?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the main reasons why I joined ProcuraFind in the first place was because entering into this space of trying to get contracts with, whether it's municipal or government contracts, or even just contracts with enterprises and corporate clients, is just so hard to break through. There's so many gates, right? And it's always if you can make a warm introduction, or if you know someone there, if you have a contact, right? It's always been based on the network. And for me, someone who's like moved to Indiana, I don't know people here, I didn't have that network, I had to build it. So that was one of the most important reasons why I joined ProcuraFind in the first place. So being able to bring the corporate partners into the COP, it's just, first of all, I'm not trying to email people and find out, hey, do you know someone who works at PNC Bank? Because I'm trying to find, they're going to show up there, and everyone that's in our COP can then make an introduction. They all have a face and a name that they can reach out to. I mean, that's huge, because if not, you're just inputting your information in their portals, and you don't really talk to anybody.
And oh my gosh, while you were talking, see, this is getting ready to happen in real time for the record. So if you're watching this, this is not rehearsed. Terry, by you, and this is literally how these connections happen. PNC Bank has a state-of-the-art cybersecurity program, and they sent it to me to get started. And I looked at it and was like, it was like speaking Greek. I'm going to forward to you. I'm going to make an introduction to Dwayne, and I'm going to say that Terry is already in this space. She'd be great to go through it on the behalf of. So it was already sent to me to start. And truthfully, I just haven't started it. But for someone like you, I not only see you being the consumer of their state-of-the-art banking, because you have to pass that to do business with them, but I can see you being a contributor. Where when I introduce you all, it's not just as a bystander consumer. It's also, how can this woman's business be a collaborator into this program? I want to make that introduction to you. Would you welcome me making that introduction to Dwayne?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious to learn more about the program.
Yeah, I just realized that I was like, oh my God, duh, PNC Bank sent this to me like 60 days ago. And then the world, everything happened and I didn't, but I have that data. And I think you would be perfect to introduce like this week to him, and as not just a consumer of it, but a contributor somehow to that. And you guys, this is literally how it happens. I can't make this up. Like, because of my database and my connection points and just how we move across the US, people will start talking and I instantly see the strategic connection. I'm going to do that for you. Would love to. Awesome. Taja, before we get ready to close up, I know I'm so excited. Before we get ready to close up, and by the way, the final question, ladies, will be, where can people find you? So be thinking about that. Taja, can you talk about the power of our future of COPs going to a model where the corporate partners come through? That's their gateway in, is through your COPs. How smart and beneficial do you think this will be? Will it be a game changer for your members?
Absolutely. Again, at the beginning of the call, Terry is in Indiana. I'm in North Carolina. This shows you the magnitude of how global ProcuraFind is, right? Yeah. And it is hard because I know from the other side of ProcuraFind, to be able to express that market to market, right? Yeah. So it is very strategically intentional and smart to think about how to do that in a global setting. And the COP is where it makes sense, right? It's just to be able to engage them right there and have exposure then again globally to all of our membership. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Ladies, this has been so fun. We could go on all day, but listen, if you all want to get access to these amazing women who are doing it, they are not just taking up space, y'all. They are like grinders and go-getters, right? For real, the real deal. You can reach Terry if she's out of Indiana, but she works nationally, right? And same with Taja, they travel and they are already winning contracts and doing some big things. In fact, some of the contracts I won happen to be connected to these women. So if you want to know them, you all, become a member today at ProcuraFind.com and get connected to the Business Professional Services COP, one of the best COPs.
The best.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't say
the best.
All right. Okay. Terry, where can they find you if people want to follow you and get connected?
You can find me on LinkedIn. It's Terry Wada, just like my name, on LinkedIn. And if not, our website is collabo, COLLABO XXD
All right, Collabo XD, you heard it here first, you all. Taja M. Graham, don't forget the M, TMG.
Don't forget the M.
Don't
That's
forget
right.
the M. Oh, we had a whole debate about Taja's middle name. I said, oh, Taja, I inspired you to use your middle name. She said, no, you didn't, sister. I love you, but I've been using my middle name. Don't you get it twisted, Dawn Nicole. So get me straight, Taja. Taja, where can they find you if they want to work with TMG Solutions?
Well, if they're a member, they're
Yep.
going to first find me within the directory.
You better.
And or the COP feed that we have. So you'll find Terry and I right there in the feed. We will respond. Give us a little bit of time. It's not going to be automatic. As you stated, we're working.
We got a
we're
business.
busy. But we are in the feed, the group feed there for the Business Professional Services COP.
Love it.
If you want to find me outside of that, you can find me also on LinkedIn at Taja Graham, M. Graham on LinkedIn, OpsIQ on LinkedIn, TMG Solutions Advisors on LinkedIn. All of them you will find. Absolutely. Yes.
I love it. Ladies, this has been a pleasure. You all are always so fun and so refreshing to talk to. Just some of my favorite people. And you all heard it here first. This is your business professional services leaders, your co-chairs. Make sure you get connected to ProcuraFind today to be in the network and in the know. And with that, we are signing off. Goodbye, you all. Thanks for being Talks on Demand, ladies. Thank you for being on.
ProcuraFind is your online community for small business growth, connecting you to contracts, partners, and resources. Join today at ProcuraFind.com. Thanks for watching.